The girl has left. A psychologist discusses how to turn a breakup to your advantage. There is a lot of information on the internet, 80% of which is outright garbage. That's why I created this channel, which is dedicated exclusively to the issue of restoring relationships with a person who has left. My name is Alex, and I have been consulting clients on this topic for several years, achieving results in the process. I will definitely share how I got to this point in future articles. But for now, let's focus on the topic. Perhaps you made mistakes, humiliated yourself. Maybe you are still doing so. It's time to stop. In this video, I will talk about the psychology of return. Because if you act correctly, you will achieve results in 90% of cases. You want to get the relationship back, but do you understand which moment you want to return to? The one that was a week before the breakup, when she had already cooled towards you and didn't want much, or maybe a month before that, when conflicts had already increased? Most likely, you want to return to the moment when the infatuation just happened, and that's the relationship you need. Of course, you can humiliate yourself and run around with flowers, but you will only get back what was at the end, and even that won't last long. So, it's not worth listening to those who talk about a 2-week period, a new hairstyle, and showing off. Nothing will happen in 2 weeks or a month. You are in a pit. First, you need to climb out of it, and then think about what to do next. Any manipulations only provide a short-term effect, and we don't need that. Yes, it's hard, but it's necessary. You're probably thinking that if you do nothing now, time will pass, and she will forget you and find another man. But that's not true. She will gradually forget you if you keep hanging around. You will become a mistake for her. Remember the moment when you first met? She thought you were the coolest person she knew. She was interested and had fun with you. She appreciated your confidence and sense of humor. Now she feels that you are lying. You have no self-respect. You're taking handouts from her table, and you are monitoring her everywhere you can. Over time, she will solidify the thought that this is the real you, not the one she met, and that will be the truth. If you are trying to win her back when she doesn't really want to communicate, you might succeed because she is bored, for example, or due to the emotions from a gift or proposal. But she won't reconsider how you look and will continue to treat you poorly. However, if after she says, "Let's just be friends," you accept it and back off, at that very moment, she will start to miss you. Initially, of course, at 0%. But that's the only way we will reach a result. Because if she is not left alone, she will be at 10%, 20%, and the degree of hatred will only grow. That's why you need to abstract yourself and remove her from everywhere. Understand, if you think about her all your free time, she feels it, because there is an energetic connection between you. And as long as it is strong enough, you need to completely cut off the flow of energy into her life. I will talk about how to do this in future videos. Over time, all negativity fades, because our memory erases the negative and retains the positive. And at a certain moment, she will remember. It will happen sooner than you think. And she will write to you, by herself. During a breakup, she can say anything. Both proud and self-sufficient people, as well as beautiful ones, write. The initial outreach happens in 100% of cases. It can be a message, a call, or a comment on a photo. And if you don't respond in any way, interest in you grows, and you will physically feel better each time because you are receiving energy from your ex-girlfriend. Yes, it's true. We really fear loosening our grip because we are men. But when a girl leaves, she cuts everything herself. We cannot influence her. We never could. We can only act within our resources. This is what increases our attractiveness. Because a person who relies only on themselves will always be a winner. If during the breakup process you learn these things, then a door opens for you both to your ex and to many others. But if you need a pill that will solve all your problems right now, you can continue living in illusions. If you imagine the girl as a ship and yourself as the sea, then when she leaves, the girl must lift all her anchors. Otherwise, she won't sail far. When you are dumped, you lift your anchor and sail away. And over time, You're no longer drawn to that sea. This is the correct action. But the girl has left her anchor because you behaved adequately towards her, and she destroyed everything. She will remember your relationship as something bright. That is her anchor. You didn't destroy it, she did. And she understands that if it weren't for her actions, everything would have been fine. She feels guilty, and as long as she doesn't lift her anchor, she won't be able to sail away, no matter how much time passes. Most often, men themselves lift the girl's anchor and throw it back onto her ship with their insults after the breakup, bad behavior, and so on. She understands that she is no longer needed, that all your behavior in the relationship was a facade, and she sails away. However, if you treat her with respect and don't terrorize her after the breakup, then her anchor remains in your sea, and everything she does just floats nearby. Did you owe money to a close person? You should understand that there are thoughts that constantly arise in your mind until you repay the debt. Even if the other person doesn't remind you, you always remember your debt until you settle it. But if the other person betrays you, then you have a mutual offset and you stop worrying. It's the same here.